If you have received my newsletter about Hua Shan healing Qigong, you can skip the first 7 minutes of this video, which is just the story of how I learned this Qigong. Okay, back in early April, my master suddenly handed me an old video with some notes on a Qigong called Hua Shan healing Qigong. This is a Qigong he learned as a child. He asked me to master it and teach my students. Like most traditional master, he didn't explain, and as a traditional disciple, I just said okay and follow his direction. Then I recalled that in February, when I was creating the Tai Chi Qigong for lungs and immunity program, I did ask him what more could I add to that program, especially for the beginner level students, to better protect themselves from the COVID-19. At that time, I was receiving many emails from students in Asia asking about it. He didn't reply immediately, but perhaps this was his answer. 2 days after he handed me the videos and notes, he asked whether I had mastered it. I said no, because the instructions said learn 1 to 2 practice each day, and there are 36 practices in total. He said, oh, that instruction is for beginners. At my level, I should master all of them in just 2 days. Well, that's what I did. So you can imagine how simple this Qigong is, especially if you already have a Qigong background. Out of curiosity, I searched for additional information about this Qigong. Surprisingly, I couldn't find anything online. There are some Qigong with similar names, but the content is totally different. Well, I eventually find someone teaching a similar Qigong in Hong Kong. However, the teaching is very guarded, and it costs about 1,500 US dollar to learn. After I sent out a newsletter about this Qigong, a couple of students told me their special experiences when they were staying in Hua Shan. Hua Shan in China is the western peak of the 5 sacred mountains. Throughout the centuries, many hermits have chosen to practice their spiritual and qi cultivation there. This is Hua Shan, so you can imagine how strenuous life above the clouds on this steep mountain must have been. Perhaps this is what inspired this healing practice, using the most naturally available element, air. In accord with the 5 elements, this great mountain is associated with the metal element, and our lungs and the nose belong to the metal element. Appropriately, Hua Shan healing Qigong is focused on breathing. Throughout the world, breath control has been incorporated into healing and spiritual practices. Just like when I was in India, I learned a breathing practice for altitude sickness, which I have posted in YouTube many years ago. Hua Shan healing Qigong is much less physically demanding than hard Qigong and much easier than the internal practice of Neidan. It similarly offers many health benefits. The special breathing techniques incorporated within the exercises are key. This Qigong is efficiently designed to improve your health with as little as 20 to 30 minutes a day. You can learn Hua Shan healing Qigong within weeks or even days. And there is no sequence to memorize. It is suitable for almost everyone regardless of their fitness levels. As the pandemic seems unstoppable in so many countries, not only we need to boost our immunity, which you can learn from the Tai Chi Qigong for lungs and immunity course. Now it is most important to bring our bodies back to balance. There are growing evidence showing this virus not only attack the lungs, but many areas of our bodies, like our eyes, skin, heart, liver, kidneys, digestive and reproductive systems, and may even cause stroke. It seems that COVID-19 attacks wherever the body is weakest or least balanced. The 36 exercises in Hua Shan Healing Qigong are a perfect solution. It is specifically designed to revitalize or heal key areas of the body. And you can choose to practice those that suit your particular needs. Here is the list of the 36 exercises and their benefits. After I sent out my latest newsletter, students request a sample video to try. I picked the Transport Qi to Byway because of its many benefits. So even without buying the Hua Shan Healing Qigong course, just this one exercise alone will really help. Then I realized Transport Qi to Byway is exercise 22. So you may not understand some of the steps in that video, which I have already taught during earlier exercises. So I decided to create this YouTube video to detail how to practice this exercise independently. Many exercises in this Qigong program can either be done sitting or standing. So you can choose. So for this, I choose to be seated. If you have high blood pressure, this particular exercise is not suitable for you. Practice the Tai Chi Qigong for Hypertension program to improve your condition first before you try this exercise. So first, where is the byway? From the tip of your ears, draw a line, and then from the middle, draw another line. Where the two lines intersect is your byway. Since we are not doing acupuncture here, you don't need to be very exact. You just have to realize the byway is somewhere on the top of your head. Okay, so let's start. Do a deep dantian inhale from your nose, lift up your arm to fill up the dantian. The dantian is just your lower abdomen. So when you do this, you should feel this area expand against your belt. So that's why we wear a belt in this Qigong. And when you are inhaling, your toes grab the ground and you lift up your perineum at the same time. Okay, so after this, hold your breath and gently bend forward and rotate your shoulders inward and feel your shoulder blade kind of like pulling apart to the side. So when you are in this position, you squeeze the qi from the dantian to the Gong points on your shoulder blade. It is kind of similar to a balloon. When you squeeze one part, the other part expand. So the air fill up another part. So squeeze the qi from the dantian to the Gong. And without exhaling, inhale again to fill up the dantian. Same like before, toes grab the ground and lift up the perineum when you are inhaling. And then without exhaling, do a third inhale from your nose to fill up your lungs as well. Hold the breath, cross your arms, and gently squeeze the qi or the qi up to the byway. You may close your eyes if you like. So hold your breath and hold this position for at least 10 seconds. If you can comfortably hold longer, you can do it. Just don't force yourself. So after that, just exhale and punch down. Exhale with your nose. Do a quick exhale. So this is one time. You can keep repeating this for as many times as you like. If you just practice this exercise alone without the other Hua Shan healing Qigong exercises, then I suggest you to practice for about 5 minutes on the first day, and gradually increase your practice time to 20 minutes. And you can do 2 to 3 times per day. Okay, let me show you one more time. Inhale with your nose to fill up the dantian. Squeeze the qi to Gong form. Inhale again to dantian. And then inhale to fill up the lungs. Hold for at least 10 seconds. And squeeze the qi gently up to byway when you are holding in this position. And exhale with your nose and punch down. So you can just keep repeating this. When you are done, you do this one time. Inhale to dantian. And just exhale the qi from the lung when you punch down. We do this to neutralize our breath. So you do this just one time when you want to finish this practice. It's quite simple, right? Actually, this exercise is one of the more complicated ones among the 36 Hua Shan healing Qigong exercises. The others are even more simple.